Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Today we are reviewing Superman. Yes, we're reviewing the Superman movie I just watched yesterday. Why? It seems so unexpected. Well, I did kind of made it a goal to release an episode every day, or not episode video every day this month. And so far I cleared everything but this day, July 11th. And of course, this will coincide the day Superman comes out. So let's make a review of it because I think this is a big review. And plus, it'd be nice that you guys get to experience the experience of someone watching it as a CW fanboy. So this is about to get interesting. It was good. I will say that. But I have a lot of nitpicking about this film that I want to go over, but we're going to talk about positive stuff first because that just makes the most sense. So spoilers, because well, I really don't know how to do a non-spoiler review, so we're just going to do spoilers. So yeah, Superman, the man himself, he was cool. He's not exactly the one we saw in Superman Lost, but that's because that was a more mature one. This is a more newy but yet still experienced type Superman, because well, this is the beginning-ish. I don't know, beginning-ish. We'll talk about the beginning later because that's probably one of my big problems, I guess. Maybe. So yeah, he was cool. Lois Lane was cool as well. Jimmy Olsen, he was cool even though he barely did anything. I mean, he had some of a role. Lex Luthor was also cool, but though the problem with Lex Luthor was, I don't know. I'll get into that later. I think you need to be positive. Mr. Terrific was terrific. I really liked how Curtis Holt. Actually, I don't think it is Curtis Holt. If you don't know, in the CW, Mr. Terrific is there in the Arrow show, but his name is Curtis Holt. But I've heard that he's not Curtis Holt in the movie. So he's Michael Holt. I'm pretty sure this one is Michael Holt and not Curtis Holt. I don't know. Probably. I think. I don't know. It's either one. I'm not exactly sure which one is which, but I think the one in the movie is Michael Holt, while the one in the show is Curtis Holt. So he is cool. They're both cool. Both of the Holts are cool. Which one? I don't know which one's my favorite because well, that one was very cool in the film. Curtis Holt had like 4 seasons of like development or something to make us really like the characters. So it's actually kind of hard to choose which one I really like the best. I just like them both equally, and we can just move on. Yes. Yay. Green Lantern boy. Yay. He was fine, I guess. I mean, I did like when he used middle fingers to defeat enemies. That was something. He didn't do a nano fist. I kind of wish I saw the nano fist. Yay, the nano fist. Speaking of nano stuff, the engineer, which I don't think is a Cisco approved name. Yeah, that was something. I mean, I personally would have preferred, like, I don't know, Nanite Slawblader or something. That's what I would have preferred. the Ultraman, I think that was his name. He was cool. I did like how he was a clone of Superman, even though we already have Bizarro for that. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring Bizarro at some point in this series. And hell, maybe even turn him into Doomsday as well, because why not? Let's just turn him into Doomsday again. Yay. Okay. Let's see. Who's next? There's probably a few more characters to go over before. Oh yeah, there was the Metamorpho guy. He was interesting. He pretty much is this guy who could just metamorphosize into whatever he can. It's very interesting. And something, I don't know, it's something, but yeah. And then who else, or do we have to talk about Hawkgirl? Because I'm gonna be really selfish. Her, or specifically the actor, was the reason why I went to watch this movie, because she was Peruvian, and as you know, I've said this probably like 1,000 times, I am Peruvian myself. So I mean, she's the only reason why I went to watch Madam Web, and why I watched Turtles All Neck Down, and why I watched So there's another film I watched where she was in. I don't remember which one it was. There was another movie I watched because she was in it. Not Last of Us. I only watched a few clips. Not Dora. I only saw a few clips. Not Alien. I've heard she freaking dies in a gruesome way, which I'd say no to that. No way. Yes, but the actor in particular is Isabella Merced. You may have heard of her. In fact, I'll probably link at least one of my personal favorite songs in the description so you can listen to it. It's called Cuffin' Season. It's a Christmas song. Why? I don't know. Just listen to the song. Don't ask why the title's called that. You just don't. But she plays Hawk Girl. A different version of it. That's like the one I knew from the CW, but... Okay, you know what? Let me just explain what Hawk Girl pretty much is. At least what I've seen from the CW. She's a Egyptian priest from the past who dies every time by an evil man called Vandal Salvage and is always brought back to life because it's just a curse. Pretty much, it's just a ever-looping curse that happens with her and Prince Khufu, Hawkman, who I don't think is in this DC movies or even will be. But yeah, that's it, pretty much. And yeah, and I guess the whole story overall, we should really should that. Well, actually, I'll talk about the problems with Hawk Girl later because I do have a problem with her, and probably like the rest of the heroes, probably later on. But moving on from that, the story was fine. The one thing I do like is how they actually kept the father alive, because if you know in most Superman stories, the father always ends up dying early on. But at least here, he's still alive and he's still healthy. Though, I'm worried that might change. Please no, don't let it change. Just keep them alive. Just do. No, don't just randomly kill one of them off. Just don't. Oh god. Okay, anyways, the dog. Oh, the doggo. He was fine. I was concerned why he was so aggressive, why he was so mean, because I thought he was going to be a nice, calming little doggy, but actually we do get an explanation at the end of the film, which I'll just talk about now. It's Supergirl, but the thing is, she ain't the Melissa Bayonette Supergirl that we know. It's a more drunken Oliver Queen as a 20-year-old type Supergirl type thing. Yeah, that's who she is in this series for some reason, because for some reason they were like, screw the old Supergirl show, screw the DEO, screw all that, even though that show had Martian Manhunter. Let's just change everything about her, because why not? Oh yes, why not? No, I probably did it because it was about a comic book that was probably good if I read it. But yeah, that's the next movie for DC at least, though. For me, it's Fantastic Four, and then after Fantastic Four, it's straight up nothing. I don't think there's anything gonna be worth watching in August, September, October, November. At least for me, at least. You guys probably have some ideas, but though I don't know. Some of those films I just saw in the trailers I saw for Superman, they looked interesting to watch, but like, I don't know if there's like exactly things I want to see in the big screen. If I'm being honest, I'm gonna see what's next. We're gonna because just to see what's next. So for August we got The Bad Guys 2. Yeah, I don't think that's worth watching for theaters, at least for me. I never watched the first one, so The Naked Gun, that just sounds straight up wrong. I'm not watching that. I don't. Okay, I'm just gonna skip some of these. Okay. I'm just skipping. I am just straight up skipping most of these because I don't ever heard of any of them. Some of these aren't. Okay, a Shin Godzilla movie. Yeah, no, not watching that. Nobody 2. That sounds what? That sounds wrong. Okay, anything interesting here worth watching? No. Oh, that is just the first one. That's never mind. I thought I saw a new Ninja Turtles movie, but I think okay, Jaws. That's a movie that don't exist. Let's go to September 2025. I know why we shift shape into movies, because this is important, because Superman, the Fantastic Four review, which I might actually have to shift shape into August 2nd to August 1st for one good reason. Remember why is that? Well, it's because apparently I'm going to be missing out on the FNAF 2 trailer, because that's showing up for Comic-Con. this year. But if you all remember, I've said this multiple times, I'm going on vacation from July 16th to July 31st. And part of that, I won't be able to have communication with technology because I'll be in the freaking mountains. So I'm pretty sure immediately when I get back, I'm probably just going to go in and watch the trailer and a reaction. Or a breakdown. I don't know. Honestly, you know what? I feel like for best, yeah, I'm going to do it. Throughout my vacation Peru, I'm going to try and avoid spoilers for the FNAF 2 trailer. Which may actually be impossible to do. But who knows? Okay, September has nothing. Actually, no, it has more. Actually, no, there's more stuff. But we have a Conjuring movie. No, I did not like the first one. So I won't like this. Whatever this is. We got a movie about him. That's wrong. Adam Warlock is him. Like, just literally, he's literally him. That's literally his name. So no, I am not watching that. Yeah. No. There is nothing here. Okay, now I think this is where we get to films that I thought looked interesting, but I don't think they're worth. Avatar, wait. Oh, that's just a. That's already out. Never mind. Also on Fire, Tron. Oh, yeah, Tron. That does seem interesting, but especially since I did know Tron. Because, you know, I play Kingdom Hearts and stuff, but I don't know if that's worth the theaters. Unless they actually. You know what? Maybe that's a good thing to come back for Kingdom Hearts 4. Guys, bring Tron Ares into Kingdom Hearts 4. There's a Jonas Brothers movie coming out? I never heard of that. Okay, The Running Man. That one looked interesting, but I don't know if it's something I should watch. Though, that would be a cool story idea for my new Gmod series. Maybe at some point one of the seasons can involve Freddy constantly on the run. Though, I don't know if that should be a full season. That might just be better off as like a 7, 8, or 9 episode arc or something, rather than a full-blown like season where Freddy just runs away from the entire world. That does sound like an interesting idea to do, in my opinion. But looks, yeah, there's nothing really here interesting for. Oh, Wicked. No, I never watched the first one. And oh, Zootopia. No, I didn't like the first one that much. But here though. Here, December. Yep. Okay, I'm confirming it. The next movie after Fantastic Four is FNAF 2. I am not watching anything else in between. That's just final. Yep. We're going to FNAF next after that. So, yeah, that's going to be special. That long-awaited wait from the movies, break from the movies, is going to be hard, but it's going to be so worth it because it will be for FNAF. Though, I'm kind of worried I might not be able to make it because, well, I just got my schedule for college, and they somehow... And it's somehow bad luck on Thursday because I have 2 classes there. One at like 9 and one at like... Wait, is it like 2? I don't know. Let me look at a picture. I took a picture of it, I'm pretty sure, but... Oh god, what if I made it where it was at... Let me see. It's at 2, but it ends at 4. So, wait, let me see what the class is. Maybe depending on what the class is, I probably could make it. It's a... God damn it, I hate how complicated they make the names are in these classes. It's so complicated. Well, I can clearly tell one of them is English, but the other one is so complicated. I just cannot tell. Like, what are these names? TR, RF, like, MDO, like, what am I supposed to do with that? What am I? Just someone tell me, what am I supposed to do with that, honestly? Oh, what adorable. I'm sorry, I have a lot of pictures of little babies because we usually got birth like lots of new little babies in the family, like 2 of them. It's so adorable. I wish I could show you the pictures, but I can't because reason's sake. But oh my god, what happened? Nothing. I just saw that some of my pictures glitched a bit. That's interesting. But yeah. That's interesting indeed. Okay, let's talk about Night of Misfits. Yay. Oh my god, what has happened with this review? We went from talking about straight up Superman to just random stuff. Just like that. But honestly, okay, Night of Misfits. Let's just talk about progression of that. Later today, I'm gonna go record episode and edit episode 9 because 8 episodes of the FNAF Gmod series is actually already done. Why? Because, I mean, honest, I'm scared about college. Really scared. I'm so worried that it might... I'm not, like... Here's the thing: these Gmod episodes, they just, I don't know why. Even though this show is gonna be a parody, I do want to have epic moments in them, and I confirm I have made some epic moments. I think you guys would actually enjoy a bit, like a lot. I mean, if only I could show you the official episode route. I think there will be a video in August where I talk about all the episodes about them, and with not spoilers, but like telling you how they are or what they're about and such. There'll also be like a full trailer soon once I do all that. I could talk about all the episodes now in July, but there's like one specific thing I'm waiting to do, because if you don't know, so many stuff are about recent if you saw the recent episode count thingy, you see that some are based off a recent thing. I think you already know that episode 7 is going to be about Assault Airspace, which is a world that's in PvZ2 We Flourish. You all know that, and you all know that. You should also know that episode 10 to 16 is going to be a secret of the Mimic, like roleplay or something and such. And you already know that episode 19 is about Mario, but though I did change the episode title, it's still about Mario, but it's about something different in Mario thing. You'll see soon. But there is one episode I'm waiting for, because, well, it's actually going to be based off the third world in Bubblegum Simulator Infinity, which is not come out yet. But once it does, and I play through all of it, because that's also something I want to get out of the way. I actually have a lot of things to get out of the way once I get back from home. You got Piggy Secret Revenge Chapter 3, Piggy Secret Revenge Piggy Secret Revenge 2 Chapter 3, which I'll probably just skim through and not even beat it at all, because it's fun. It's just fun just to play a map and then just not beat it, because oh no, that just makes me sound like a scaredy cat for not wanting to beat it. But oh, hold on, I had a good excuse for not wanting to beat Chapter 2. I didn't beat the original Chapter 2, so why don't I beat the sequel Chapter 2? That's just plain logic. Definitely plain logic, for sure. What's next? What is next? What is next? Oh yeah, we got... Oh yeah, Ducky Episode 3. No, I don't know if it's even going to come out July, because... Why? Well, first of all, there hasn't been any new... well, actually, you know what? Maybe I should check if there's a new leak out for Ducky Episode 3. I can't show it because... Well, reasons. I was given early access to it, but I'm pretty sure if I look at a message from him, I can't show you any of it. Yes, I cannot show you any of this, so, and I won't describe it because I don't want to get banned from anything. I did get banned once from something, but though that was just someone being mean to me for some reason. So I'm not good. So let me see if there's anything exclusive. Nope, I haven't seen anything here. Oh wait, hold on. Let me go here. Let me see. Oh, there were some stuff, but I won't describe them at all. So yeah, I'll just say that there was something leaked. Well, actually not recently, somewhat at least recently, but I'm not gonna tell you what it is. So I guess the chapter is making progress, because I don't know, maybe it is, I don't know, maybe he's taking more time for it, or maybe he's delaying it on purpose so that I can play it in the premiere. Maybe he's doing that. Yay. Or not, I don't know. But I think that one I could beat, because Chapter 2 was actually surprisingly easy and short, which is great, because the last one, while I did like how long it is, I just didn't like there were no checkpoints. I think that's the problem with Piggy games, that if you want to make a good, big Piggy game, then you gotta add in checkpoints, because in the end of the day, these are gonna start acting more like Puppy Playtime or Ben the Ink Machine if they start just getting like super duperly long or something. I don't know. Or maybe add in like a respawn thing. Like, come on. Look at where you just get respawned back to where you left off in the chapter. Like, just add that. That's why I liked playing the Megan chapter, despite its flaws, because it let you respawn. I didn't like where it made you respawn, but at least it makes you feel like you could just try again, not start over from the very beginning, even though it was really punching hell to try to get back to where I left off. They need to really fix that up. But anyways, back to what I was saying. What was I saying? What was I saying? I lost track of time. I think we should now. Actually, no. There's one more thing I need to talk about. Yesterday when I was watching the Superman movie, out of pure luck, I went back and looked what I hatched in Bubblegum Simulator Infinity, and I somehow gotten a shiny Overlord. I'm not even joking. I'll show a clip of it right now. Here is proof right here. The Overlord secret. I have it. Let me show you how it hatches. Right here. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Just look at that. It's so beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I'm never letting this thing go. Look at him. He's so beautiful. My blue little Overlord. Yay. Whee! There you go. You see? I got my first secret pet. The Avernus does not count. I'm sorry. He just doesn't. But the Overlord, the shiny Overlord does. 1 in 2 billion. I now have it. Yippee! Hee hee hee. Now let's just actually now move on from that and talk about something. Let's talk about some of the cons they have for Superman, because I actually have a lot, even though I really like the film. There's still more positives we'll talk about, but right now I want to share some of the cons, and these are more nitpicky. Well, here's the thing. Well, I don't like how metahumans are formed in this movie. What do you mean by that? Well, there's this like long thing that just summarizes the whole story of where we are at this point, and it says something about how 300 years ago something. Me and my mom couldn't really tell because it went by so fast. But I don't know. I personally didn't like how that worked, because I'm pretty sure it was something ancient and not. I don't know. I personally really liked how they did with the CW, how they formed many humans there, where. Oh, this scientist guy, an evil one, purposely made something explode, creating all these metahumans. Like, that sounded cool. That sounded tenseful. It sounded like, I don't know, something. And yet, and the other thing is that all the heroes that you see here are all metahumans, I think. Wait, hold on. It's Metamorpho. Metamorpho. Is he a meta human? Is he a meta human? Let's see. Yep, he's a meta human show. Okay, yep, this is I have to say about all of them. All the 4 heroes that we see, the 4 other heroes we see in this film, Metamorpho, Mr. Terrific, Green Lantern, and Hawkgirl, are all meta humans for some reason. Which, it's crazy, unless that's just what they think they are, where they're secretly hiding who they really are. Where, I remember in the Arrow show, Mr. Terrific was not a metahuman, it was someone who made the tear spheres, or the balls that Renee used to call them. Oh god, I missed that show. he made those tear spheres out of himself to... had very cool... unique mechanics on them. Green Lantern, I never really saw him as a mini-film. I thought in fact, what I remember from the CW, at least how it showed much of Green Lantern, that it was some weird secret ring that came from space that gave John Diggle, or was going to give John Diggle powers, but he refused them because he's better off a Spartan than the Green Lantern. And that's just my opinion, honestly. Yep, okay, and Hawkgirl, like I said before, from what I know, she is not a metahuman. She is a Egyptian priest from the very far past who just happened to have magical rings because she's from the past. Yeah, also her powers are way different here because she now has this weird screech thing, almost like a Black Canary type scream, or more like a Black Siren type scream in the film for some reason. And she has a ball, some spike ball thing, you know how Snow has some weird random spike ball thing attached to her arm in front of Tomorrow's 2 and 3. Well, she has kind of like the same thing, but used as a weapon now for some reason. Why? I don't know. I really don't know anything, I guess, at this point, because that's just how it is. At least she's returning for Peacemaker 2. It better not be for 1 episode, because I'd be so pissed about that. I'll probably just call quits after watching episode 1. And she only appears in one episode. Now that's just me being selfish, and I shouldn't be someone because I will admit there were some cool things in Peacemaker, even though I didn't like it as much as others just because it was rated R. Because why? I don't like rated R. Well, not because it was rated R. The insects, they were too disturbing for me. I didn't like all the insects at all. I just don't like anything that's disturbing in DC that does that. At least in Superman, they didn't go that disturbing, but well, I don't know. There were very disturbing moments, like the nanites that Superman was puking. That was disturbing as heck. That was really disturbing. Or the Stitch, like the Stitch monster, them freaking pulling out their eyes. That was disturbing. I don't know. I don't like seeing disturbing things, and DC is supposed to be about heroes, not disturbing things, and Suicide Squad and Peacemaker took that way too far with the disturbing part. Like, what the hell was that starfish thing that apparently Wally West claimed to fight, but I don't know if Wally West actually fought that in the CW. Why? Because, well, it doesn't make any sense. Why would there be a freaking Sea Star and Keystone for some reason, or wherever he was, for in the first 4 episodes of season 4 of The Flash, wherever he was, I don't know. God, I'm just something. I'm just something on a something. I don't know what I'm doing at all. Oh, I feel so Masato Zapata. But yeah, that's probably the biggest nitpick I have. It's just how metahumans are formed. Because I just really didn't enjoy how they formed the metahumans. Another thing is Lex Luthor. I mean, go to me wrong, he was very cool. He was very villainous, but I just prefer the one in Smallville more just because he knew Superman personally. This one in the film does not. He doesn't know who the hell he is at all. But in the Smallville show, he knew who Superman was, which honestly made him more of a threat than he is now. Because here he's just a billionaire who hates Superman. But in the show, you get to see how he grew to actually hate Superman and how he'll do anything to kill him. I mean, hell, he even in the end of season 7, he straight up destroyed the fortress, and along with him, just so then Superman could die. Like, that just showed how much he just straight up hated him. And it was maybe, and it's because it was not because, and he said, well, how do I say it differently? He knew who Clark Kent was, but then he later found out that he was Superman, and that made him hate him because he probably wished that he probably, because he got mad because they didn't tell him about stuff. Also, Argus is for some reason here, along with Stag Industries. A lot of stuff from the Flash is here, even though there is no Flash himself. Wait, where is the Flash? Though I've heard that they're not going to do the Flash because the film sucked, which is sad because that means there's not going to be a Cisco Ramon, no Caitlin Stowe, no Ralph Dibny, no Harrison Wells, no Joe West, no Wally West, no Julian, whatever his last name was, no Jay Garrick, no Jesse Quick, no Iris West, no Nora West Allen, no Bart Allen, no, what are the characters that I actually, no Sudhir Bond. There's gonna be none of those guys. None of them are gonna be. Oh wait, Cecile Horton. I guess we have to count her as well. No Cecile Horton. Yeah, all those guys are not gonna be. Oh, because those are my favorite characters of DC. Just because I love the Flash and Arrow. And there's actually no Green Arrow here. So is there gonna be no John Diggle? Is there gonna be no Curtis Holt? No Renee Ramirez? No Canaries? Or none of the Canaries gonna show up? Or oh god. Man, I kind of wish they just started out with the Arrow, honestly. I mean, it worked before in the CW. Why not just do it here? I get it, he's not a main staple, but I honestly like him more than the entire DC trilogy. And that's not even a joke. Green Arrow is more. I favorite Green Arrow more than Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman combined. I'm sorry, but I do. He's just that. And that's probably just because we had 8 seasons of him. This is probably why I like TV shows much better, because you get to actually grow and like the characters. For example, Boy Meets World was a new show I watched, and there was 7 seasons, and that was enough for me to enjoy and like all these characters as much as I like the characters from The Flash. That's why it was so good. Yes, indeed. I mean, that's why with the Flash, I liked all the old characters instead of the new ones. Even though we did had new characters, only appeared for one season, but I guess in doubt they knew. I guess in by that past, they knew how to make them good. Like Ralph Dibny, who was wasted. Sue Dearborn, who was also wasted. Julian, whatever his last name was, who was also wasted. Patty Spivot. I forgot about her, but that's because she ditched Team Flash for some reason. Oh my god. Okay, maybe I shouldn't said that. She wasn't even in Team Flash at all. She barely was. Oh god. Can we wrap this up? I think I've said enough positives. I will say that the credits was beautiful in that song that played at the end. Oh, I should have played during the graduation. Oh, I wouldn't freaking know because I never wasn't there. I wasn't there. Of course. The daily reminder of that shit. Maybe this is why I'm going to Peru. Just forget everything I forget. Okay, not forget high school. Like, I don't know. But, like, maybe forget about... Maybe it could be a way to cleanse myself. Maybe it could be, like... I mean, the reason why I went to Peru back then was so that I can rethink everything. And lo and behold, when I got out of Peru, I got the 8th year anniversary and learned that Secret of the Mimic was going to be a thing that comes out. And look at it now. It's a beautiful game that better win Game of the Year or win something the Game Awards, because if it doesn't, I'm never watching the Game Awards again in my life. They better include it somewhere. I swear to God, they better freaking include Secret of the Mimic in Game of the Year because it deserves to be there. It's that good of a game. Especially when it gets into VR in a few months. Because that's probably what they're working on next, actually. The VR port. Even though I personally think they should mainly focus on FNAF 12. I don't say, but what about DLC? I don't know how I feel about DLC. Why? Because, honestly, Ruin could have been its own game. I'm just going to say that. Security Breach Ruin could have been its own game. And yes, people do count it as its own game, but I don't. It's a DLC. They say it is DLC, so I have to call it a DLC and not its own installment. But yet, Ruin could and should have been its own thing, honestly. But that's okay. Help 1 and 2 fits better as the 10th installment rather than Ruin, honestly. So, in the end of the day, I guess that one. But honestly, if I really wanted a Fall Fest game, I wanted it to be its own thing and not a DLC. And even though, now thinking about it, if they were going to make something about Fall Fest burning down, it would involve the Mimic going to suits again, which I guess would make more sense for a DLC, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just think that introducing the Mimic in a DLC wasn't like the best choice, even though it was a good reveal. And I mean, it's like how they introduced Mephisto in Ironheart for some reason, even though we didn't see much of him. I guess that's the thing. I mean, we didn't see much of the Mimic in Ruin. He was just an end of a plot twist type thing until we actually saw him in his full form in Secret of the Mimic. So I guess that makes sense. But at least the problem with Marvel is that they take a while to, I don't know, how do I say this? Close up loose ends. FNAF only took like 2 years for us to get a full-on game about the Mimic. And it was worth it because we didn't have to wait that long. Kingdom Hearts 4, it still hasn't came out yet. And we still don't even know what the hell Sora is at. Oh, this is why I love FNAF more than anything else. And I always will, unless out of pure luck in Peru I meet someone very important to me there, but like the chances of that are low. The more Lord or like that's like a 1 in, what's the math? I don't remember the math. Like 1 in 1 million. I have more of a chance to get a shiny null void than to meet someone important in Peru. Honestly, that's how it is. I have more of a chance to get a shiny null void, which is crazy because I still haven't gotten the shiny null void yet. And I still need to, even though pretty sure getting the shiny overlord means I can get the mythic trio cube now, but I don't want to risk it at all. I want to get the null void verse. I want to complete an index for the first time in my life because I never done that yet. This could be the way to do it. I'm finally gonna do it. I think I should do it now. I'm getting so tired. I need to use the bathroom. I think I said everything. And no, I haven't talked about the credits yet. The credits are beautiful. Why? Because they use a song. Honestly, a good credits always has a song rather than their own soundtrack. Sure, the soundtrack can be good, but sometimes a song would be so much better. Cough, cough, the New Avengers. The one flaw I have with the New Avengers film is that they didn't use Thunder as the credit scene. That was so much wasted potential there. Honestly. Especially when that song is about, like, someone struggling and such. That would have fit so well, but yet they chose not to use it because why? They had a chance to finally put that song in the MCU, and yet they didn't. And it's in Interstellar, in the apparently Interstellar sequel, if it even is a sequel, it's probably not. It's just people just think of it as a sequel. Has the freaking Harry Styles song, "Sign of the Times," for some reason. And now I don't think we'll ever see it in a Marvel movie because it was in Craven. Why? Oh, what the frick ever. What the frick ever. Whatever the frick ever. I don't freaking care about anything anymore. Smash table. Hulk smash. I can't wait to see him smash people. Well, pause. No. Have you heard that? I can't wait to see him go smashing. This is why Hulk became a professor. Because of how people use the term smash now. This is why Hulk decided to become a professor. Okay? This is why. Because I can't say the word smash anymore. Because now it just sounds wrong. People made it wrong now to say. Because of these stupid Smash or Passes videos. Even though some of them are very funny. Oh. I'm gonna go now. This was fun. Yeah, this was very fun. But tomorrow, though, I think something is about to get salvaged or something. Yeah, in like a third installment, you know, some inside joke or something. I don't know. Salvage though. Wonder if that'll go along with some withered toys, maybe some phantoms, or maybe some things related to 2027. Maybe they all belong in an area that burns into ashes. You see, what I did there is that I foreshadow what's gonna be happening, because something that we're playing for like the rest for like 8 days. You know what? Let me just explain. I pre-recorded something and I'm pretty sure some of y'all are really gonna like. It's a game that's considered the favorite of these games. I've decided to go beyond and make 8 episodes of it, even though the weird thing, even though people would do 4. I decided to do 8 because I just love the game so much. I did random custom night challenges in there, all made up by me alone. And yeah, pretty much. And this one involves a salvaged, a withered toy, well, 3 withered toys, a few phantoms, and someone from 2027. I think by now some of you should already know what I'm talking about. And what type is this? Let's just say it's a 2.0. I think some of you are now getting what this is and what I'm talking about. I think you guys got it. See you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.